MND, MNR 1254, whatever. System. We are building the storage for both our. I haven't really decided which one I'm putting where. I do know that the one system will be gravity fed, and the other system, I'm not sure if I'm going to put it above or below my potions. You know, I may just put it below my potions. Fact that then my potions can travel downward, and I don't have to have another whole system for getting my potions up here to the chest. And I am going to be putting in a split system chest so that potions can either filter into my hopper system and my copper golems can sort said potions into their respective chests, and if they're not in that respective chest, then they can sort them into the next chest. And as you can hear, my iron golems, my copper golems are currently working on trying to sort things that are not there. And my nose was itchy. Sorry about that. So we are going to clear this out here. And we need to do that so that our system here can function. So we're going to go ahead and line this up all the way across. And I will see how many chests I can fit over here. So let's get rid of this and pull our chests out. Dum dee 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 dum dee 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 dum dee dee. Because I need at least 22 chests. And I better lost count. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. Oh, my back itches. You know, I hate having short arms. I mean, well, it's not really about having short arms. It's just nobody can scratch the middle of their back for some reason. Okay, so now we're going to go put in the next set of chests. And honestly, we're not going to need that many storage chests for all the potion ingredient items. All my comparators. And this is really freaking tedious. And that's why you don't see me record very often, because all this is tedious work. Okay, now I can go ahead and input all my hoppers into the back of these chests here. You know, since I started rediscovering Minecraft and replaying Minecraft, I found a lot of neat machines I can build. And realized I gotta dig down a little bit more back here. Just so I can walk around underneath here and put all of these hoppers. Which I should have already done instead of fooling around like I was. So I've learned a few different tricks from Pixel Rips, some Mumbo, from White Sun Paladin, and I just kind of want, but unfortunately, and I hate to say this, a lot of this does not work on bedrock. So anyone on bedrock edition who wants to build some of these machines honestly has to figure out a workaround because most, if not all, YouTubers are playing Java edition. I think I'm one of the few YouTubers that plays bedrock edition. I mean, there is a handful out there that do play bedrock edition. I've yet to find them. Um, you try and search up bedrock YouTubers. Not exactly what you're looking for. Okay, so now I'm going to just go ahead and line up these hoppers here. And again, this is so tedious because I have to walk so slow doing this. And it's frustrating. Okay, so as I'll be the last hopper, that one can just go straight down. And then we need to go back behind here and finish inputting our system. So I need to dig out these blocks here so that I know that these are part of my system and not a block I can destroy. And yes, I am using very much a lot of pink. I need to switch this lever out. So I can put my redstone torches. Ah! Why do I always do that? Okay, now I need to put my redstone repeaters along here. We're only doing 0 tick pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now that we're done with that, we can go ahead and back along here. Add the last of our concrete blocks that I'm currently using. I can switch some of this out for my redstone dust. If I could restart this project and do it all over again, I probably would make some massive changes. Because as you can see, most of my stuff is an absolute mess. So now I need to go down underneath of these ones here. Actually, no. I need to go down underneath the back side of the chest. There. And I need to put hoppers along here. And let me give you a quick thing about what I'm doing right now. So those are going to be my... Instead of having a separate system like this here is from this, and having all this redstone mess, I am just going to have my chest sitting up here. So above this, my chest will be right here on this row, which will have this. And then below that will be my system. So I need to go down underneath this by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me break this. So I need to go down by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks. Eight blocks. Okay. So we're gonna go quickly do that. I'm gonna go dig around and down here by 8 blocks. Because if I want to have this here being my input, I need at least 8 blocks down. Okay, that's already 2 blocks. That's 3 blocks. 4 blocks. I need light. I didn't want the stupid sign. I wanted light. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5, 6, 7, 8. If I could redo this entire system, I would redo this entire system. But I've come so far now to restart for the upteenth time on building this apothecary. Because I really like the design of my apothecary, I just don't like how all the redstone... And I was like, I've been figuring it out one step at a time for the apothecary as to how I wanted it set up and everything, you know, for the top half. And I should have, you know, honestly started from the bottom up. And I should have done some more research, and I should have, you know, there's a lot of stuff I should have done, and I didn't do. You know, because if I would have, you know, actually thought about it more, I would have put in a light switch for the copper bulbs, so I could use copper bulbs instead of having to use torches or, you know, other types of lighting. Which I think the lanterns and give a more medieval feel along with the torches, but it's just like... I'm pretty sure someone could design this better than I can. And if someone can, I challenge you to do so. And actually get everything in a way that makes sense and a way that looks nice while doing so. Because if I had to rebuild this again, I'd make sure that my currency wouldn't sorting everything into their respective chests. And whatnot, which right now the kind of... It looks really ugly for the redstone and everything with the copper golems and stuff. And the copper golems have to go up a flight of stairs and down a flight of stairs and up a flight of stairs just to put potions away in certain places. And I would have left more room for that not to be the case. To make it look prettier. And I believe I did show that off in the last video. I'm not sure if I did or not. Because I don't actually plan these videos out. I just kind of go with the flow and go with the moment. And it's whatever I decide to do in that moment. I never have any kind of plan for anything. I mean, I do, but I don't. There are some pretty good designers, Pixel Reps being one of them. I absolutely love watching Pixel Reps. You know, he's hilarious. I like watching Mumbo because I always get fun ideas from Mumbo. Not that any of or majority of the things that he makes can be built replicated on bedrock without some massive redstone tinkering. Because again, you know, quasi mechanics don't work on bedrock like they do on Java. And I think that Mojang is missing a um, very unique opportunity to have that work. To allow the quasi connectivity like they do in Java onto Bedrock, because then, you know, things like supplying machines would work on Bedrock Edition. Because they sure as heck don't. You try building a flying machine on Bedrock, and I've tried looking up videos for it. And whatever tutorials I find, due to more recent updates, no longer work or just so janky um, that it's a bit on the frustrating side. You know, there's a lot of frustration going on, especially around the holiday season. You know, and right now I'm off at work for the next 2 weeks because, well, school's up for winter break. And as much as I'd love to be working right now, they don't have anything going on right now besides the food bus, which is for poor and low income families, you know, during the holiday season. We call it the care bus, you know, and it helps the kids, you know, especially when money's tight for the parents, you know, and they struggle a lot. You know, I know this from experience. You know, it's like I grew up, and I really hate talking about this, but I mean, I'm going to talk about it. You ever have ketchup soup? You ever eat something like ketchup soup? You know you're poor. Because ketchup soup is not something you would willingly eat. And it does not taste very good. But growing up, my mom, you know, she did whatever she could to make sure that we were taken care of. You know, and you learn to stretch a dollar. Like, especially nowadays when the freaking food prices are skyrocketing. It's like you get, you know, pound of hamburger, for example, you know, okay, I got a pound of hamburger, what can I make with this? I can make spaghetti with it, or I can make a version of hamburger helper. Okay, let's say I decide I'm going to make spaghetti. Get a pound of spaghetti, a pound of hamburger, and a can of sauce. Take your, and make that 1 pound of hamburger, or 1 pound of spaghetti noodles, break it in half. Now you got 2 pounds of spaghetti noodles, a pound of hamburger, and a can of sauce. You can make spaghetti out of that, and it'll last you quite a while. Um, and hold on, guys, my nephew's calling. Alright, so my nephew is currently wanting to watch my YouTube live since I'm currently live. I don't know if I unmuted my mic or not. Yes, I did. Share messages. Alright, so I just sent him the link. And we are getting somewhere with this. Gotta dig all this out. And it's so goddamn tedious. I'm waiting for my nephew to pop in. Because it usually tell me in the bottom of my screen that I have a viewer. And I love to interact with my viewers. Okay. So now that that's done, I can go ahead and I can start in on my system. I think I'll use the cyan for this. And I gotta remember where I'm going with this. Or how I start the system, because I can't remember off the top of my head. And that is a massive, massive frustration for me. So I gotta go back behind here, and I have, right. I have a block, and this is one block below that. My repeater, and then, I should probably take a picture of this so you can see exactly what the fudge monkeys I'm doing. Yeah, this is gonna be a bit of a back and forth process. Unless I decide to pull up the video, and don't mind my experimentation. This is literally what most of this is my experimentation. It was these ones here were my experimentation for building this apothecary, which my apothecary is rather complicated, as you can see. I think I've showed that off a few times in different videos. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to go at least a couple blocks up so that this one. And I need my redstone repeater. Which will be going into a block. Which will then have my sticky piston on top of it. Which will then have another block. Which on this side of the block will be another redstone repeater. Which will then... I also need glass for this. So I'm going to move the torch just for now and put this here. And on this side here I need to go back a few blocks. Looks like I need to go back by... Okay, so I have this. My redstone repeater. Oops. Oops. So it looks like it comes out by 2. Up by 1. Over by 2. Up by 1. Okay. Now let me quickly make sure that that is correct. Okay, that one's supposed to be a solid block. Okay. Now I've got it right. Okay, and then that part is that. And then I need my redstone lamps. I'll fix that later, which will go there. And then when this is on, that'll be on. Okay. And I'm going to change that block down there. I need to know where my last system is going to be at, so... Hold on, everyone. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So now we are going to go ahead and set up the systems the rest of the way. I'm going to go ahead and remove this button, and I'll show you what the button is for later. Because instead of using... So basically what's going to happen is this button will send a quick pulse through here, quick enough that it'll let one item through. I just realized I messed up. Oops. So this doesn't work, because this is all 22 items in a row. And all 22 items cannot be in a singular row. So I'm going to have to adjust this. Let me go double check. And I will have to find somewhere to write this down. Some kind of notebook, I think. Because it needs to look like this, where it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17, then 4, then 1. Okay, so 17, 4, then 1. So I may need to expand this out a little bit more. Okay, so this is the end where the end of my machine's gonna be at. So I got 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So these chests here can disappear. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I need to go over by one more. So this is probably going to be the annoying part. This is why you always plan things before you start. Because if you don't plan things properly, you end up having an oopsie daisy like me, and then you have to try and fix all of it in ways that you necessarily wouldn't actually use to fix them. And in all honesty, I'm probably sure you're asking, is she even using her brain? Apparently not today. Sometimes I wonder about my mental capacity when it comes to Minecraft. Okay, so I need to build the system one over. Okay, so one over. And then I need to go 17 from this end, so... No, wait, hold on. And I need to go 4 over 1, 2, 3, 4. Break this. And then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yep, that's perfect. How did that end up perfect? Wait a minute. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6. That somehow ended up perfect. I don't know where in the world my brain is at. But then I need to redo the chests up here to match down here. So I will leave this for now and I will rebuild this in a minute. Let me build down here first. Okay, that is good. Move some of this stuff so I can do this. And that sends a quick pulse through all the way to the back. We're good there. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Allergies again. Okay, so now we can build the system and replicate. I'm just going to do that all the way down and then go back and break certain blocks. All right. I gotta destroy all this. Because this is exactly how much room I need. I don't like that creepy sound. Alright, so now I can get rid of this one. I can go 4 over. 1, 2, 3, 4. Clicks that one. And this machine, while not the easiest machine to replicate, this does not rely on quasi connectivity like in Java Edition because again, it doesn't exist in Bedrock. So if you're looking at White Sun Paladins, he is on Java, and if you build the machine to his exact specifications, it will not work on Bedrock, much to my annoyance. Again, why I say that, you cannot mix Java and Bedrock editions, and that Mojang has a missed opportunity for Bedrock edition players in particular. Because there's a lot of fun contraptions we could come up with, but we're unable to do because of how much janky redstone it takes to build anything in Bedrock. Ah, no. Why? I set my controller down for a second, and then it breaks my stuff. Luckily, it didn't break too much, and I can't repair it. Let me double check that all of these are still set to the correct ticks. Yes, they are. Ow. Okay, so this is where quasi-connectivity comes into a little bit of fun. I don't need a dispenser, I need a dropper. Dropper. Okay, oh, I'm not going to be able to do this right. I can do it like this. Okay, and then above that is my hopper line, which I'm going to put a temporary block right there. I need to get my hoppers out. I'm done with my glass. Now I need to get my hoppers out. And this is my hopper line for all my items going to the automatic brewing station. And then this one here is my setup system for putting all my items into these droppers. And above those is my I need to have a floor going out around here all the way down. So just so I can put my barrels in place. So my nether wart. And now for this. I'm gonna have to put my last chest system here. Alright, so then underneath these individual chests here, I need to drop down a little bit. I need to have hoppers going into these chests, into the barrels here. I need to have another row above here like this. So then I can have them going individually into the respective hopper above them. I'm not getting pulled down into the hoppers that are a block below. And then for this setup here, I don't need a recall system. The way that this system here is being built, I won't need a recall system, but I did go over that in a different video for a recall system. Eh. I'm just going to go one layer at a time right now because this is long, boring, and tedious. Very time consuming. Well, that's why. And that one doesn't need to exist, so I can put my junglewood plank back there. Now all my items from my chest, extra storage up here, will filter down into here. And how many blocks over from the end of my machine do I need for the automatic brewing stands? I'm going to ignore this big machine here because it's already pre-built, or already built. I'm going to go over here and look at this one. So I need exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need exactly 4 blocks. I need 4 blocks, 1 block space between. Okay. How long have I been recording for? Oh, I haven't. No, I am. I've been recording for exactly 1 hour. I will probably stop shortly and then start up a new video with part 6. So that way this video is not very long. Okay. So I need to go another 5 blocks over. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's 5. And I need to clear out several blocks above my head for this. And several back. To be 1 block over, so I'm going to mark the border like this. And now I have to remember exactly what I'm doing. So I'm going to use pink. And then I need a redstone lamp. Here, I believe. I'm going to switch to a barrel. And I need a button. Button. There's a button there and a button there. Let's see if I can remember how to build this. Okay, so back here we are going to have a brewing stand facing into this barrel. We are going to have a brewing stand here. One facing in here. One facing in here, and then another one facing in right here. That works. And then I need a barrel here. I'm just going to put a block like that. And just kind of I'm going to put a hopper here. Oh, I need to stretch. Okay, stretched. Now I'm going to have one block back a redstone torch. And this is for the water system. I no longer need this in my inventory, but I do need this now. So redstone dust. Redstone dust. I'm going to switch these to pink. And this redstone dust back 3 into a block. I don't need that right now. Into a repeater. Into a block. And a redstone torch. And then a comparator. I'm pretty sure I got this right so far. that's one of many circuits done. Oh my god, I gotta go all the way back over here again. Ay, ay, ay. I need to double check my circuitry. Okay, so that is my pink. Yep, that's all correct. And then I need a block of... So I'm going to take some pictures of my setups. Sorry about that. God, my allergies are annoying. Okay, all the way back over here. I guess this is why they say build from the ground up and not from the top down. Even though you're supposed to clean from the top down. Okay, so that system's done, except for this part, where I need a block above that, and a block next to it, with another comparator coming out of there. And then I need my observers. And my observer's looking down. And then I need another observer facing into that barrel. Like I said, that's up wrong. I think this comparator needs to be here, with the observers looking down at it. Like that. And then I need a dropper and a dispenser. Dropper, dispenser. Redstone dust. Then I need a bucket of water. Then another, oops, wrong direction, another observer. And then I need plenty of room in my inventory. Because I again have to prime the system. I need a bunch of empty glass bottles. I need 3 more. 2, 3. There we go. And then there's no bottles floating around right there, because I'd catch them if they were. Okay, so now my system is primed. We are good to go there. Now our next is, I just need to go back and get this. I'm going to put this back in here. I need this. I need this. I need this. I need my droppers, my redstone, my repeater. My comparator, my observer, and my sticky piston. So this will look up the 2 hoppers. There we go. So we're going to activate this one. Nope, we're going to activate this one real fast. Then we're going to activate this one, which that's working. Okay, so now we need to go on to the next system. So just above this, we need a block. And going into that block, we need a repeater. And it needs to be set at 4 ticks. Actually, hold on. It's right dead even with that. Then like that. I think like that. Set to 4 ticks. And then my next one is dead even with the top of that. And instead it's going this way. And 4 ticks again. That's going into a block, which is got my repeater above it. And then another one right here with again a 4 tick pulse. Hold on. Man, my allergies are just killing me today. And then that one's going into another block up that will have a redstone dust on it, which will be then pointed into another block, which is then inputted into the repeater. And all these were set to 4 ticks. So let's try this real fast. I'm going to turn this on and then turn it off real fast. There we go. Yep, that's perfect. And then down here, I need, instead of a regular piston, I need a sticky piston. So sticky piston. Not there, there. And then I need my observer. And a block. So if I do that, it'll do that. Yep, that works. Hold on. That's a black hole in the water, and next to that, in front of that, it's a comparator, and then above that comparator is then going into a block. And then I have 2 blocks coming out from there. And then a sticky piston pointing down. Wait, no, that one doesn't go there. So I need to figure out this down here. Because this down here is not right. Because that block's not supposed to be there. This block's supposed to be here with that on it. And then that's supposed to be going into a block like that. And then I will go back and double check that I built this right. I need my hopper. Actually, I should move that redstone dust. Actually, I'll put the redstone dust in there after I do that. Alright, hold on everyone. Hey yo everyone, and welcome back. I apologize about that. My ex-husband was calling for our son's drop-off pickup time. I had to figure this out. Okay, I am under here, but then I have next to the redstone lamp. Hold on, I gotta. Yeah, I'm stuck. I gotta go look at this. Meow. Ah, dang it! I don't know which is worse: trying to play with an Electra or trying to play in creative mode. Not that I'm very good with the Electra. Okay, so no, it's under the redstone lamp. And then, yeah, here's right. Okay, so yeah, I did do that right, and then I have that right, and then, yeah. Okay, so yeah, this is under the redstone lamp, and there's a torch there, and a torch there. Okay. This is the way my brain works, and, even when I take a photo of it, the photo doesn't exactly show depth very well, so then I'm questioning myself, and I have to go back down here, and I'm gonna come back in here. One way or the other, I gotta get. So then I need, and I said it's under the redstone lamp. And your line of dust. And here's where this doesn't line up. Actually, that's supposed to be one forward there. And redstone dust there. And then I need to come. Yep. That should all be working. And now I have to try and get my butt out of here. I'm all stuck in here. And then I need to repair this. Much to my annoyance. So I'm going to put that back there. And I got my dropper there. I need my dispenser back. This is why you don't screw anything up the first time. Because you messed it up the first time, you'll know you messed it up. And I just put all these back in here like this. And then I get my water bucket. And then I'm just going to put that there. And there we go. So if you built this correctly, this thing should now work. However, I don't think I took a picture of that. Yeah, I didn't take a picture of it recently. So let's go to my phone, I should say. Let me go look in my PlayStation app. There we go. Need to go under captures. And they get deleted within 14 days, so I have no captures. Okay, that's annoying. So I guess we're gonna go up here. Nope, that's the front of the building. And I need to get the list of ingredients from one of these. scrolling on my phone. So I got up to the turtle shell so far. I should be able to figure out that that's another word. Okay. And you know what? Just to save myself the headache. Oh wait, I can't. Can I pop these off here? No. Ay, 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 ay. Again, my own headache. Nope, that's the wrong way. There we go. And now we're going to go in just so I have one singular system. I do need to light up this area, so I'm just going to get sea lanterns out. And just kind of light up everything at the moment. And I'm going to get some glowing item frames. I'm pretty sure I just got 64 of them. And I'm going to line them up all the way across here. And that doesn't always work the way I want it to. So this one here, I'm going to get rid of all this. I need a glass bottle. And I need this. So that I can input this here and know that that's... I'm going to move this up. Okay, so my first item is a golden carrot. And golden carrots are under here. So I need a golden carrot, and I know I need a glistening melon, but I'm going to move my glistening melon until I get there. Okay. What else is in this? My spider eye. My pufferfish. Sugar. Cobwebs. Another word. Okay, so first I'm going to move all of this stuff out of my thing here. And then I'll organize them later. Okay, so then I need... where are my items from this page? From this page, I need gunpowder. Membranes, rabbit's foot, gunpowder. You'd think feather falling would be a feather. I need dragon's breath, gas tier, that and that. Redstone dust. I need the turtle master helmet. I need a wither rose, which is under, for some reason, it is under flowers. Wither rose. I need a breeze rod. Hold on. I think my dog Bailey's dreaming again because she's barking out nothing. I need stone for the infestation. I need a slime block for the oozing. And then I already have the cobweb. And then the only other one I'm missing is the... No, I got the dragon's breath. Or I got two. I got glow... I'm missing glowstone. I got redstone. I'm missing glowstone. And I got gunpowder. And I got another word. Okay, so going... nope. Wrong way. So starting from one end, I've got golden carrot, rabbit's paw, magma cream, puffer fish. Then I have glistening melon, spider eye, gas tier, which is correct. And then I have that, and then I have... I don't need a clay ball. And then I have the Turtle Master Potion. Oops. Okay. And then on my row after, I have Phantom Membrane, Fermented Spider Eye, Wither Rose, oh, my sugar's... Then I need, oops, my breeze rod, my stone, my oozing, then a redstone, dragon's breath, another word. And actually this should be like that. Okay, starting with here. Okay, and there's all my potion ingredients. Now I need to pull another shulker. And I can get rid of all these potion ingredients. Get rid of almost everything out of my inventory. I don't know why I got rid of all the ingredients out of my inventory because I wasn't even done. Even though I will probably never need into these chests, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I can build up my wall here. And so I can finish my blue wall. Okay, so items will naturally filter in from their respective chests. Again, let's start with in here, and I'll go get my golden carrot and my glistening melon. Grab my sugar cane, my pufferfish, and my netherwort. And I'll put these onto their respective chests. So that one there is my golden carrot, and that is perfectly lined up. Rabbit split, sugar, magma cream, pufferfish. I know what you guys are going to say. You're going to have to pull all that out again. Yep, I pretty much will. But I'd rather do that in individual shulker shells than to mess with it. And then this one here is going to be this chest here. Okay, and then I still need a spider eye. My fermented spider eye. This, that one. That. Okay, so my spider eye is next to my pufferfish. I forgot my guest here. Because my guest here is next to my spider eye. And then my glistening melon. And then this one is, this one goes there. Actually, that goes there. That goes there. And this goes there. phantom membrane, fermented spider eye, wither rose, blaze rod, and then I need that, my stone, and a cobweb. Cobweb's at the end. That's next to it. And my stone's right there. Okay. That takes care of that. Now I need to get a few different colored shulkers. Let's go with redwood netherwort. And I'll just pick a bunch of random colors for everything else. Okay. Let's start with our first ingredient. Okay, so let me figure this out. As to how many of each I need. So petit pour slots, so I need at least petit pour. Okay, so petit pour. $108. So 54 plus 54 plus 5 plus how much does a dispenser hold? Or the dropper? Plus 9 plus another 5 plus whatever the barrel holds, which is 27. I need $154. let's start with this. So now I'm going to go ahead and just take this inside, and I'm going to go and put all these into my barrel. I'm going to put that block there, but I need to prime my system. So now everything will start filtering down. I'm going to watch my system for a little bit just to make sure that this is working properly. And there's no block ups or anything. Because I can't exactly open that. Alright, you guys, I will be back when the system is fully loaded with everything in it. See you guys soon.